Now, I watched yesterday when Gerald Butts gave his testimony, and I think it was sort of a fog machine, like you say, muddying the waters. But one thing was very clear to me, is how the Liberal MPs closed ranks to stop certain things from happening, to stop Butts from swearing in under oath, to stop a request to have all the text messages and SMS messages and emails on this matter being released. Time and again, the Liberal MPs blocked the disclosure of information that wasn't selected by the PMO. In fact, Gerald Butts quoted from tweets, quoted from text messages to him from Jody Wilson-Raybould that were handed to his lawyers by the PMO. So we don't know what the other side of the story was. We've had a very one-sided disclosure of information. To me, that says it all. If you're stopping the release of information, it's because you're afraid of the release of information. That seems to be the simplest explanation.
Yeah, for sure. The swearing under the oath thing, that's a bit of a red herring because they don't usually do that. So I don't really care about that one way or the other. But yes, the evidence is the main issue there, because as some observers have pointed out, it is against the law for a former employee of the Prime Minister's office or any other cabinet office to have all of these documentary evidence. When you leave, you can just take the little drinking bird on your desk that goes up and down and the picture of your kids, and that's it. You're not allowed to take your emails and your notes and everything. So Jerry Butts had to leave those behind. And at one point, someone asked him, how do you even have all of this? You shouldn't be able to cite it. Jody Wilson-Raybould could cite it because she's still in office, and then she was released from that confidentiality. But how could Jerry Butts cite it? And he kind of stammered and said, well, I don't know, my legal counsel got it, meaning the PMO would have released it to his lawyers. What is very interesting in all of this is when Marie Heinen wanted to ask for similar documents for the defense of Mark Norman, she was trying to subpoena Jerry Butts and others in the Prime Minister's office to get this very evidence, to get these sorts of items that Jerry Butts had already gotten from the PMO. So you can really tell it's a case of picking and choosing here. I mean, they're releasing this to some people, to Butts, not to Mark Norman.
Yeah. You know, we've seen in the United States Hillary Clinton using a private email to avoid the kind of archiving of documents that normally happens with the high government official. There were also other issues, security issues. Would she be hacked? Could foreign governments see her homemade emails? But I think it was mainly to hide it. I have a concern, Anthony, that not only have we not released the official emails, but it would not surprise me at all if there were private Gmail accounts or even other communications apps that were used. And the only reason I say that is not just out of paranoia, but something else happened yesterday. Lisa Raitt, the Conservative critic, was asking questions of the clerk of the Privy Council, who's supposed to be a very senior, nonpartisan person, who admitted he took a phone call directly from the chairman of SNC-Lavalin, who, by the way, is a former clerk of the Privy Council himself. It's such a cozy world. So SNC-Lavalin made a direct phone call to the head of the Privy Council under Trudeau, who did not, and it was not recorded in the lobbyist registry. What does this mean in plain language? That was a secret communication that we only learned about yesterday. I don't think we learned about that before, and it certainly wasn't in the lobbyist registry. I think there's a lot of things being hidden, just like in the Mark Norman case you refer to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the Gmails. I mean, I think it's a valid question to ask. We have no reason to know sort of one way or the other right now, but certainly fair to sort of go down that road of inquiry. But I think you nailed it when you said cozy relationship. Kevin Lynch, who is the former clerk, now the current clerk, and they're all kind of calling each other up. I mean, that's the issue here, and I think that's what's frustrating Canadians, because the original sin in all of this is this DPA law. And I'm kind of getting tired, Ezra, of all these arguments where people say, well, what does the law say? What does it not say? I don't know. I doubt the authenticity of the entire law because it was rammed in through the omnibus bill and so forth. So we've got to ask questions about the whole affair here.
Yeah. That's an excerpt from the Ezra Levant show. Every day I do a video monologue and then I interview an interesting guest, and then I end by reading my hate mail. But you've got to subscribe to it, which you can do at therebel.media/shows.